Hey everybody, welcome back to Kratom Kingdom. This is Chris Irving in Knoxville, Tennessee. Um, Today I want to talk to you about why in the world did Kratom become so popular lately? I mean, why is it in the news? Why is it all over the internet? Why is it in every convenience store and head shop in town? Why are there so many distributors online? Well, I mean, one, because it's been around for thousands of years, so why now? Because somebody brought some to America, and when they tried it, their particular brain responded to it like it was an opiate. And they bragged about how they've got this cheap legal high. So all the internet websites are talking about this stuff can get you high. So every college student in America is like, yeah, I want to do that. And then high school students. And then the state of Tennessee made it so you have to be 21 or over to purchase it, which I don't see that being regulated very much because I can go to a convenience store and they don't ask for me. I mean, I'm obviously older than 21, and but I asked the lady, I mean, do you ever have to ask for ID for this? And she's like, no, it's kratom. So now these teenagers are trying to get high off of it, and it's not great for getting high. In certain dosages and at certain and with certain brain chemistries, it can give you a mild state of euphoria. I felt it and I loved it, but that's not why I got hooked on it. Another reason why kratom got so popular was because so many people were addicted to opiates, and when they found out that the alkaloids in kratom called 7-H mitrogenous speciosa actually bind to the opiate receptors, which are the same receptors that painkillers or narcotics bind to, that it eases pain. I mean, it tricks your brain into thinking it's taking an opiate, so you feel no pain. And for me, that worked immediately, and that was why I was like, this stuff is the greatest. It gives me pain relief with no addictive euphoria. Um, it wasn't too stimulating, but it did give me some energy because of my stroke, I'm an insomniac and I don't sleep at all. So when I drink it throughout the day, it does have a coffee-like effect. Coffee-like effect. It is in the coffee family, but it doesn't have caffeine in it. Another reason why was once people started hearing about it, holistic healers, acupuncturist treatment centers and stuff like that started finding out that this leaf is really good for all kinds of ailments like depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder. It kind of levels you out and it makes you feel all right. When you're not feeling any pain, you're gonna feel all right. Another is, I mean, the main reason that it became so popular is it works. I mean, without a doubt, after 15 years of use, it works, and I will use it until the day I die. The one thing that scared me about it, that I heard about it when I was reading something on the FDA, was that it can cause a side effect can be liver or kidney damage. So I went to my primary care physician, and in my lab work, my kidneys are high functioning, they're perfect, and I've been drinking kratom for 15 years. So if it was going to affect anybody's kidneys, it would be mine. Um, And then a kind of weird reason why it's become so popular is because it's a controversial substance. I mean, it's no secret that everybody wants to feel euphoria. Everybody wants to get high. Well, not everybody. I don't. I lived a straight edge lifestyle for probably 50 years, meaning I did no drugs, no alcohol, was a vegan, didn't take any medications that tested on animals, didn't use any products that tested on animals. So finding a holistic remedy like St. John's wort or chamomile to help you relax, that would get rid of my pain for real. I was like, this is awesome. I can still be straight edge and have a real pain reliever. Um, but then all the controversy came around it, and people are like, "Ding! If it's controversial, it must be good." I mean, if they're trying to put an age limit on it, it must have something to it. And they sell it in these little capsules. And the capsules are good for dosages because each capsule should, on the packaging, tell you how much kratom is in each capsule. And you can take, when I first did it, because I was drinking so many grams of kratom a day, I took and ate half the bag of capsules. No effect except for a really nauseous stomach. And I mean, I don't believe in capsules, but there are extracts, which I'm going to try next month from Amazing Botanicals. And I keep saying them, ooh, because they are fair, lab tested, and I can email them a question and they'll email me right back. Excuse me. And this is what my cup looks like after about 15 cups of kratom. It's just green everywhere. And I do wash it. When I get a new batch of kratom, I'll wash it, get rid of all the old. Because if kratom sits around too much, the alkaloids in it start to diminish in their effectiveness. But anyway, y'all, that is why kratom is so popular. Because it works. And it can give you a mild euphoria. Not everyone, but people with, especially if you have zero tolerance for drugs, if you can take a drug and it like affects you really strong, like some people it does, um it might give you euphoria. If my mom took it, she would be, because my mom is such a, she doesn't take drugs, and she was a nurse, and the hardest thing she's ever taken is Tylenol. And so when she takes, I gave her half of one of my benzodiazepines once, and she couldn't walk. She was laying on the floor laughing. And I was taking 3 or 4 milligrams at a time and not even really feeling any effect from it. So if I gave my mom, say, 5 grams of kratom, powdered kratom in a tea, she would probably feel pretty high. And I envy her that, of course. But I don't take kratom to get high. I take it for the pain relieving and because I don't have to take as many antidepressants. And anybody that takes high dosages of antidepressants know that it has a lot of negative side effects, especially on the lower half of your body. And I don't want to. Now that I only take half of what they prescribed because kratom does the rest, all those negative side effects went away, and I have more energy, and I'm thinking clearer. Kratom does not affect my cognition at all. I mean, I still feel I'm not as sharp as I was pre-stroke, because I was a graduated valedictorian of my class at university, and that was before I had this huge hole in my brain. But to tell you the truth, that's why kratom is so popular now. Because people want a natural pain reliever that's not going to be addictive, and it really helps you get off of opiates. So rehab centers are experimenting with it now, and are finding great results in getting people off of, because it gets them through that withdrawal much better than those little those big biscuits they give people. Methadone, I guess it's called. Kratom has been rated 75% more effective than methadone at getting people off of heroin. And I lived with a guy that was an opiate addict. I mean, he was buying large amounts of this woman's opium pill, or what's the drug they give you when you're in the hospital? Morphine. She was giving him, selling him his 40 milligrams of her opiate, which she was prescribed for pain because of her cancer that she was suffering. But she needed the money more than she needed the drug, I guess. So he would buy him, and he was so addicted to him, he was constantly in withdrawal. So I would share my kratom with him, and he could get through the day. I mean, he wasn't mood swinging, he wasn't sweating, he wasn't shaking, and all that stuff. So that's all I got to say for you today. If you guys have any other topics you want me to discuss. Oh, somebody asked me about, does kratom cause diabetes? I've researched this up and down, and no. It depends on, it's too hard to tell. I mean, it depends on the rest of your diet. Um, if you're predisposed to diabetes, and if you put sugar in your kratom, then yeah, it possibly could affect your sugar levels. I'm hypoglycemic, and and most of my family had diabetes. My grandma had it so bad that she lost her feet, her hands, and her legs below the knees. So she was very bad. So if anybody's going to get diabetes, it's going to be me. And I just had that kind of luck. A stroke at 33, who would have thought? For a straight edge vegan hardcore kid. I mean, who would have ever imagined? The doctors couldn't figure it out. Still can't figure it out. Physically, there's nothing wrong with me. So there's no reason I should be throwing clots into my brain. But when they took me off the blood thinner, I threw clots in my lungs and had several pulmonary embolisms. And of course, they're worried about them going to my heart, causing a cardiac arrest or another stroke. So I have to take blood thinners for the rest of my life. And my kratom does not affect my blood thinning at all. It's never. I was taking it when I was taking warfarin and getting INR testing every day. So diabetes is on a case by case personal level. What do you put in your kratom to make it taste better? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not with, but there's no case and there's no evidence suggesting that it does cause diabetes. But if you're a person that's just started taking kratom and all of a sudden you have diabetes, uh, I don't know. But I personally don't believe kratom causes diabetes. The sugar levels in bodies is too. How much water do you drink? How much sugar do you put in your kratom? How many sodas have you had? Do you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I mean, I could go on all day why somebody would get diabetes, and it just might coincidentally occurred when you drank kratom. But other than that, that's all I got. All right, y'all. I hope you have a great day pain free. And I am not sponsored by Amazing Botanicals at all. They've given me nothing, no discounts. I'm hoping they will eventually. If their sales go up because of my videos, then maybe they will sponsor me or provide me with free kratom sometimes, because I could really use it, because I am a broke man right now. All right, y'all, have a good day. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one.